Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. It's cool to see people are enjoying the return to Let's Play format. In fact, it seems it's been a little while since we really went for it. So I might even slow down on some of the newer games. We've got a couple in rotation that people are really enjoying. This is probably at the top of the list. So I think we'll just, you know, dig into the Let's Play thing. We'll pull that thread. You guys have been very vocal enjoying this. So I think maybe we just maintain. Anyway, so we've got our CO2 production going up. This is something we really want to fix because we want to see how we go with the sump. That's interesting, isn't it? How that O2 is getting trapped. This I can sort of understand because of the polluted oxygen. Let's maybe do this. That might help. Okay. Turn off the food for the moment. It's all sort of coming together. Heat death is becoming a problem. The tile is 32 degrees. That is not good. So I need to think about how I'm going to do coolant, right? And I'm seriously considering doing it as a liquid pumping through tiles. Remember, it is a video game. It has its own quirks, right? And I think maybe pumping, well, it all depends. Let's have a look. Let's actually have a quick look here, because here's something to consider. We will have existing pipe systems, right, for miscellaneous waste and water and that. Where are we going to run those pipes? Probably through the bricks. You know what I mean? That makes the most sense to me. So if we're going to do coolant, and I'm going to run pipes, but I don't want to necessarily interfere with these, where would I run that, right? And I suppose you can already just see the way that the junctions kind of work through the Jeffries tubes. I can see something starting to come to be here. Right? We could run through the Jeffries tubes coolant, and then miscellaneous other piping could go through here. I don't know, can we actually run ventilation over? We can actually, we can run both. Maybe I just double cool. Maybe I just have a liquid and a gas coolant system. There's no reason why I can't. In fact, now that I say it out loud, it seems like a brilliant idea. Why not? Why not, indeed? Okay, cool. So if I was going to run it through the Jeffries tubes, through there and through there, and then we would let the ladder bay be the sort of main sort of recirc. I guess, are we going to be pumping anything else through the base? Maybe. It's all starting to get a little bit cluttered, isn't it? Almost makes me want to make the ladder bay wider, if only to have you know, a clean water and a grey water pipe. What we might actually be able to do is come up with a master pipe system, actually. Now that's interesting. That is interesting. The other thing with the farming is I believe we can change them to farming tiles that can be irrigated. And I think you can irrigate them with brown water, basically, grey water, right? So what if we had the floor of a Jeffries tube, which we can put growing on, is dedicated to wastewater? That we could probably do. That we could definitely do. And then we could probably just run clean water on the space above it, so they're next to each other. It's not a big deal. Well, again, coming full circle, when I run coolant pipes, do I want to run them so they radiate into the air, or do I want to run them so that they radiate into the sort of brick right? Because then the secondary cooling, if I was trying to cool the temperature of the air down, I kind of almost feel like I want to do both. Part of me wants to cool every single inch. The other thing as well is, where's the clutter decor overlay, right? Things like pipes and wires. You can see there the wire, negative 13.5. The light sets it off very well. But having exposed potentially pipes as well. Ladder. Oh, the ladder's negative decor, is it? Oh, hang on. How come that pipe... Am I not mousing over a pipe right there? I am. Debris, ladder. Oh, do pipes not give negative decor? Debris, okay, so pipes don't do negative decor, but wires do. Okay. Alright, well, exposed pipes might be the bloody GO then. It's a lot to think about. Anyway, let's let these dudes dig out. I didn't need to have to pause there, but I got to think about how I'm going to cool. So, like, this brick is starting to get very hot. Now, that was because of the batteries, in all truth. Yeah, irrigation makes sense there. So I did actually have, like, a pipe all the way through all the walls. You know what I mean? What would you do there? I guess you could chuck a bridge there. That'll work. So that's a way to... run a contained coolant system. But how about this plumbing? What are we going to do there? I suppose we could also run a bridge that jumps. Can you do that? You can't do that, but you could do that. You see what I mean? And then you could hook it in. Ah. Yeah, okay. Right, how complicated do you want to go? I could have a wall cooling system, and then I could have an air cooling system in the pipes as well. No, okay, that's it. We'll do that. We'll just do it because, you know what, we'll probably run into a bloody wall. There'll be something that presents itself and goes, hey, what you're doing is a terrible idea, Scarlet. You're a fucking idiot. So let's navigate that, you know? Okay, that's sort of the CO2 starting to get jammed down, so that we'll give that a chance to circulate around a bit. See, now, I don't think they're really tasks, so they're cleaning a lot of clutter at the moment, which is okay. We've got a lot of dedicated storage here. Probably couldn't hurt to actually just let them clean clutter for the moment. That's not running at all. The batteries are full though. 50%. Fuel request threshold. Now, why wouldn't I put it on 100%? Let's put it on 100%. Can they overfill it? Let's just do that. That's fine. Whew, it's warm. Okay, cool. So if we're going to do coolant, how are we going to do that? Now, the easiest way to do that would be to tap Wheezeworts. We've also got these, like, slush geysers. Erupts with freezing, polluted water. And brine. Properties. Brine. Specific heat capacity. 3.4 DTU to raise it. So what about this? 4.1 polluted water. So the polluted water in this case has a much better specific heat capacity, right? So maybe we use polluted water as our coolant, just given what we've got to choose from here. You know what I mean? Temperature, -16, -17. Thermal conductivity. This object can conduct heat to other materials at a rate. 0.5. Oh, hang on. What's this? Oh, I've clicked on the geyser. 0.6. Object can conduct heat to other materials at a rate of 0.2. Rate of heat transfer will be determined by the object with the lowest thermal conductivity. Right. Whereas stuff like this. 2. Oh, look at that. Air is just terrible. Not sure. Maybe we do the slush, actually. I guess if the thermal conductivity, the lowest one, determines it. Oh, wait, no, that's 2. And 0.02. Yeah, okay, so... I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. So the polluted water might actually still be the go. Plus, we can do a bit with polluted water. We can clean it. You know, brine, I think we're going to need to do much more advanced stuff to really make that work. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I haven't tapped a geyser since, like, now they need, the colony lacks field research. What does that even mean? Like, that's new to me. Field research skill required to operate. Okay, well, first and foremost... Wait, what's this? Okay. What did I just do then? Building already inspected. The structure has already been inspected. Have I made a mistake somehow? Have I got a bug going on? Next print unavailable. Enable building. Oh, it's disabled? Why is the building disabled? Maybe I accidentally turned it off. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Oh, look at this. Building menu. Home street. Oh, that's cool. Where is this new? Is this something that just got patched in recently? This seems strange. Anyway. All right, where's the science one? Advanced research, field research. That seems to be the one that we need. Now, Mimar, you already... Oh, Mimar loves it. That's fucking sick. Okay, so that's going to be easy. We'll just give Mimar it, and you can even have a sexier hat. Field research hat. Tell you what. Alright, so once Mimar puts their hat on, fucking chopped, let's go! This should now not have the... Yeah, okay, cool. That's what we want. Alright, now I paste all this out. Let's assume that it's right. This is a Jeffrey's tube. Let's start getting a skeleton going. Alright. Whoops. Alright, so if that's a Jeffrey's tube, that's a room, that's a tube. Oh shit, hang on. And what if, let's just run this up for reference as a center sort of pylon, right? Because the hope would be that we could link the base all up, all, you know, one day. Okay, so if that's the case, 1, 2, 3, right, so that would be rooms there. That would be ladder bay-ish. 2, 3. Yeah, like that. Okay, well that's cool. We can sort of squeeze that into a room by the look of it. You know what I mean? Right. So, what have we got? Mechanized airlock's probably not a terrible idea. It's got really not a lot of room, does it? So let's extend it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Let's actually just make it a super 4x4 on its own right, and that gives us sort of slush and room there. Seal that. There's a door there, even though it's right next to it. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a bad thing, to be honest. Don't necessarily need these Jeffries tubes, but I'll mark them out anyway. Corridor. Like that. Pressure door. Water will actually just tap through here. Leave that abyssalite there. And you know what? We could probably just leave a lot of this well enough alone for the moment. So we'll just tap like that through there. That might be the go for the moment. There's my little blueprint. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, that's laid out. Now, what we really want is insulation, and we haven't researched any of that. We'll be able to upgrade it, but you can make insulated tiles. Just sort of try and flow it, because, yeah, alright, it's not super hot, but we can still freeze our colony. We can still kill it with all this cold. Insulated tile. So we'll queue that up. Here come the boys. Bit cold, is it? Just a little bit. 3 degrees. Oh, negative 50 degrees. Right. That, my boys, will put hair on your chest. We might start pressure dooring everything. It's too cold for them. Though this will start... Well... I mean, unless I insulate against all of this freezing rock. Yeah. It's not so bad. The other thing is, there's probably an operational limit on something like a liquid pump, right? Overheat temperature. Interesting. It doesn't ice up? Really? I kind of thought it would. How fascinating. Our food's holding for the moment. Maintain 16 morale, survive 200 cycles, print 12 duplicates and build a great monument. So that's one of the win conditions, like the halfway. It's probably something worth working towards for now anyway. But we also want to do this. Establish several colonies. Open the temporal tear. Yeah, okay, so they've sort of changed that. That's cool. Well, 12 colonists seems like a good target. If that's sort of an in-game condition, we might just fire at 12 colonists for now and see where it lands, you know? No, what we want is... We need cooking. What we really need is cooking and tidying, if we can help it. Ranching, farming, operating, suit wearing. Now if I reject... I mean, we could get 20 2,000 kilos of brine. I'm tempted to reject. We'll just reject. It'll need time to recharge. Now, I don't know if that affects its charging time. Next print in 3 cycles. 3 cycles. I think that's kind of normal. Well, hang on. We got to 9 dudes. Oh, yeah. No, that sort of adds up. So I was wondering if you reject all, do you get some sort of advantage or something? Doesn't seem to be. Oh, you don't need to be doing that. Tile's like instantly frozen. So this should just work as a pressure door. Unless I, you know, I should put power into it, but rigging all that power is going to be a pain. Well, ultimately we are going to get a pump. Now the interesting thing is, like, we're tapping this, cold or hot, we're tapping it, right? This is going to be an infinite source, and it's already coolant, but we're probably going to have to heat it. Because I'm not, like there's a time for freezing cold, negative 14 degrees coolant, but I don't want to be pumping negative 14 degrees shit through my base. So in this particular case, we're going to have to, we'll use this as a source to tap, but then we'll probably run it to like a treatment plant. And I got to think about this. It probably makes the most sense to try and treat it here. Otherwise, I'll be pumping freezing cold water all the way down here to my base. So, do I want to pump the treated... Because if I pump the treated water down here, look like it's going to... There'll be losses all the way down the corridor. That's a tough one. I can make insulated pipe. I can make insulated pipe, can't I? Let's look into that. That's something that they introduced pretty late in development. Insulated liquid pipe. Yeah, that's probably the answer. We'll just run an insulated pipe all the way down from the treatment center. And then run that through here. Yeah. Well, this will be a good experiment at all, because it's been a while since I've done anything like this, and it seems to have changed. Freezing geysers weren't part of the deal. See, this polluted water would need to be treated as well. Because if I wanted to use, I'd have to cool it. Mate, there's an argument for dumping this polluted water up in here. Because then that's going to be treated to be circulated. Right, we need to hook that back up. Alright, we can get rid of that. And we'll mop up the remains. Our sump's doing okay. But now we've got a lot of space for that. We potentially could tap this as well. But let's just focus in on this project at the moment. I'm quite enjoying this. Right, so we're going to have to run power up there anyway. That was the main question. Will we run the treatment plant up here? And I think the answer is yes. Because then we'll just run insulated pipe down. Which means this shouldn't actually be too hard to get done. It's going to use a lot of metal, but I think a lot of dudes will just be able to build that. The whole colony will be able to contribute to building this cable. Yeah, look at them go ballistic. Little hot boys. Hot boys and hot girls. Yeah, look at that. It's getting very warm. And before you know it, it'll be too warm, and then we'll be in big trouble. Look at them heating the air up. Their little hot bodies. Alright, they'll prioritize the cable because it's closer to the base. I guess we've got all this copper that we haven't dug up yet. How come that's not powered? Oh. My mistake. Rotten meal lice. So our food's actually rotting, so we might need to build a refrigerator. Which you can do. I don't know if we have that unlocked yet. It might be worth thinking about if our food's starting to rot. One thing at a time. We've got enough food. We're sustaining. Okay, cool. What have we got here? Liquid shut-off valve. Whatever. Insulated liquid pipe. Right, so you can build it out of all sorts of different stuff. Thermally reactive, igneous rock, sandstone, plus decor. Require little energy to raise in temperature, and therefore heat and cool quickly. Well, we probably don't want that for insulated pipe, right? Plus 15 degrees to finish building's overheat temperature. Slow heating. Large amount of energy to raise temperature. Well, if you're making insulated pipe, probably igneous rock. I'm no expert, but that sounds reasonable to me. Food stores are still maintaining. Nice little compact base. She's going all right. Well, this will be thick as bugger. Yeah, 2,000 grams. But what about up here? Oh. 1,600, but that's behind a pressure door. It's okay for the moment. But yeah, our sump could absolutely... Yeah, look at that. It's all pretty dense at the top. We're absolutely running out of space. That's right. So we gotta make the sump a bit bigger, but I mean, come on. In the scheme of things, it's not the end of the world. It's interesting to see the cable is cold, because it's probably been built with cold copper that's sitting here or something. I wonder what running power through it does. I mean, this game's pretty hardcore. I wouldn't be surprised if that has a significant effect. Just hadn't really thought about it, that's all. I wonder why that's cold. Alright, power's up here, that's good. Getting excited. I want to see this thing tapped. Let's go, baby. Alright. So we're going to have all sorts of mixed water in here as well. We only really want polluted water. Polluted ice? Yeah, okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. Just, I think if we start putting it through specific machines... I don't know, actually, putting it through something like an aquatuner or something. What we could do is just make the sealed air room and then just make a temporary filter, you know. If it's really that big a deal, I could just filter it all out so it's only polluted water. That actually won't be a big deal at all. And it's interesting if they're grabbing sandstone from down here. Oh, you know what? Actually, their building ability is starting to run out. There's only a few things that can be built at a time now. What we really need to do is build it out of insulated tile. Slow heating. Thermally reactive. Requires little energy to raise in temperature, and therefore heat and cool quickly. I wonder if refitting... I wonder if putting thermally reactive tiles through my base might be the go, especially if I'm going to be trying to cool them specifically. It might make sense, actually. What do we want? We wanted cooking and tidying. Cooking. Alright. Welcome, Catalina. Wine mixer. Our food situation needs work. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to tap this today, but that's okay. Next one, next one. So we're getting there, though. It's cool. One thing at a time. Left foot, right foot. Our food probably needs better work. Our stress... What's going on there? Why is Catalina stressed? Oh, you know what? It's because she hasn't interacted with a bed or a toilet or whatever to get a morale offset, probably. If I had to guess. She'll be right. Okay, that's fine. My colony of dumb people with low requirements is still going strong. Alright team, thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being and I'll catch you guys on the next one.